Loading sound successful. Loading images successful. This is for Turnabouts Past, a Phoenix Wright fan game on Ace Attorney Online, starring a cast of original characters, which is a very interesting point on my part. It's big time, huge selling point. Same world, same mechanics, new cast of characters. Just definitely sold. For Turnabouts Past is loaded. Thanks for waiting. Make sure playing on Firefox. Chrome doesn't support many of the assets used here. Alrighty, I am. Please don't fast forward through text. Turn on instant typing. Animation timing will break. Okay. Lastly, this case uses DGS1 music. Yes! Yes, sign me the fuck up for that. Cassie, honey, I'm home. How was work, Dad? Same as always. Big Wins presents an Ace Attorney Online production. Oh shit. Opening credits. Big hit. I lost. Another innocent person he's sent to die. Every time I stand up to him. Every time I try to fight, it's for nothing. It's like I'm trapped, stuck somewhere with no way of getting out. I'm sorry, Cassie. You don't need to hear me talk like this. Just promise you won't be someone like him when you grow up, okay? Can you promise? Yeah, Dad. I promise. Thanks, son. Get some sleep now. Benjamin! Oh, shit. For Turnabouts Past. Dad, it's 3 p.m. Court always starts in the morning and ends in the early afternoon. Trials rarely go this late. December 17th. Historical Courthouse. Defendant Lobby. Ooh, pretty. Ooh. What are you even doing here, Cassie? You hate this. Nothing makes your stomach turn more than court day. So just quit staring at that huge door, turn around, walk out the little one behind you. Wouldn't that be nice? Really, though, why did Ben ask for me anyway? Just because we're family? I mean, I'm a civil lawyer, for God's sake. I don't know the first thing about murder cases. Damn it. I hope I don't make myself look like an idiot in there. Whoa. Hey there, cousin. You ready to send me home a free man today? Don't worry. I know you're up to it. No, Ben! I'm really not! This whole thing is way out of my pay grade. But what about the objections? The take-thats? The thrilling courtroom turnabouts? Benjamin! I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't do criminal cases. Last case I took was a kid getting sued by the county for cutting down a tree in the park. And I freaking lost! How pathetic is that? Actually, arbor law is a pretty big deal in this district. You so much as plant a seed on... Look, Ben, I'm not a detective. Can't change the facts. Can't bring in new evidence. All I can do is present it to the court in a way that makes you look good. That's my job. Okay. You're not thinking I did it, are you? Of course not. I just don't know what I'm going to be able to do for you. You don't want to get your hopes up. Well, I believe in you, Cass. Thanks, Ben. name's Cassandra Bloom. I'm a lawyer. Not a very good one, but a lawyer. My cousin Benjamin was arrested on suspicions of murdering his ex-girlfriend, Misty Wolf. I've stood in court before. I've never tried to fight a murder charge. Should I even fight it? Can I? Like I said, my job is to make my client look good in the eyes of the court. Whether he's guilty or not. The police have already decided. Who am I to tell them they're wrong? You okay, Cass? You zoned out for a second there. Sorry, I was just... Never mind that. We've got some time. We should go over the case. Might be a good idea for the both of us. Alright. Earlier, you decided today's proceedings would be a bench trial, as in no jury this time. Ooh. Alright. That does seem to be the standard procedure around these parts. As for the evidence, I figured they would have given us the file by now. At this point, we'll be going in blind. Oh yeah, I heard about this. They're not actually required to show us any evidence. Until it comes up in the trial. Crazy, huh? What? That's not fair! That's murder law. Phoenix Wright World. If it's any consolation, that's what I said. I guess we'll just have to hit the ground running. Let's run through what happened in the casino one more time, alright? Well, my shift started at 8 o'clock that night. I saw Misty walking in, and I figured I should talk to her, so I started following her. I ended up in the back room, closed off from where customers usually play. I had no idea why she was there, but... That was when I saw her slumped over by the slot machines. Dead. Blood on the floor. And that's when the witness saw you? That's right. Naturally, she called the police. The rest is going to have to wait. We start in 5 minutes. Mr. Bloom, if you intend to stand as co-counsel to your defense, we'll need your signature. Right away, sir. I'll see you in a moment, Cass. This way I can help you out if you need it. Oh! Wait, hang a second, you don't... Okay, then. I should head in myself. Hang on. What's that on the floor? One of Ben's buttons must have come off. Oh, huh. It's not a button. It's clearly a poker chip. I wonder what it's doing here. This red stain. This is... Ooh. Well then, Ben might have dropped it. There seems to be a red smudge on one side. Where did this come from? Ben didn't drop it. Did he? Is our cousin actually guilty? Miss Bloom, we should go inside as well. No, hold on. I just found something on the floor here. Something really strange. Look, lady, we got 1 minute before the trial's set to start. Get in there or you're gonna be penalized. This chip. That has something to do with the murder, but what? I don't have time to stress about it right now, but I can't shake this weird feeling. Okay, I'm going. Don't have an aneurysm, buddy. I don't know what's going on anymore. My first murder trial. Anything can happen. I just have to remember that I'm doing this for Ben. And for you too, Dad. I'm doing this for you. Whoa, hello. Historical Courthouse, courtroom number 2. God, I love DGS1 music. Whoa. Oh, this is different. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Benjamin Bloom. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Cassie! Miss Cassandra Bloom, is it? I've never seen you in our courts before, young lady. I'm a civil attorney, Your Honor. And with all due respect, I'm not that young. You're 24. Hello. Judge, why is it that you waste our time with useless pleasantries? Perhaps you seek to obstruct justice, or more likely, you are simply a fool who talks too much. I'm sorry. Really should move things along. Grow spinal type. I like you already, Cassie. Attorney. You're talking to me? I hope you understand your role today. To stand there and nod. That is all. Understood, Mr. Von Karma. Whoa. You know that prosecutor? Well, we've never met, but I've heard about him all the time growing up. Manfred Von Karma, the prosecutor from hell. He hasn't lost a case, ever. Won't do anything he has to for a guilty verdict. Those are all just rumors, though, I think. Can't say that makes me feel a whole lot better. We can beat him, though, right? You weren't serious about just standing there and nodding. Of course I was! Great. We can... Wait, what? Cassie, no! The evidence is incontrovertible. The testimony, indisputable. Indeed, it would be useless to fight. You, Mr. Bloom, are responsible for this murder. Cass, you can't just let him pin this on me. What else am I supposed to do? That's enough. Mr. Von Karma, please give us your opening statement. I see no reason why I should. Oh, well, you should because... Instead, I call the detective in charge of this case. Does that happen to satisfy you, Judge? Uh-oh. I suppose that works, yes? Simpleton. Twat. Alright, Cassie, stay at home. First witness, you can do this. Remember, just try to represent Ben. No heroics. You'll probably regret it. Oh. You seem like a charming young chap. Your name and occupation before I lose my patience. Oh, buddy! Oh, shit. Buddy face, sir. Precinct detective. What have you determined regarding this incident? Yes, detective. Please, tell us what happened. Well, we were called to the Lucky Stars Casino around 8 that night. Being a detective and all, I charged it to apprehend the killer. Of course, I couldn't help but notice the gun... The gun do? That was sitting inside? The what? What's a gun do? It goes bang! Walked right into that one, lady. That doesn't sound just too much. Tough crowd. Please, just get to the point, detective. Give us all the details of the incident. From the beginning this time. And for God's sake, no more jokes. Oh, God. Murder occurred 2 nights ago at the Lucky Stars Casino. Like I said. If memory serves, this is from the Layton vs. Ace Attorney of games. The victim, Misty Wolf, a local singer. Our suspect, Mr. Bloom over there, is a waiter at the casino. Apparently, they met up. A witness happened to follow Bloom into a back room where she saw him standing over the body. Although he ran away, so we had to track him down at his apartment an hour later. Oh, Ben, why'd you have to run? How was the victim killed, detective? Knife wound to the back, says the coroner. Fortunately, we never did find the knife itself. No doubt the defendant disposed of it prior to his arrest. I've got the autopsy report right here, though. Victim Wolf stabbed 1 time in the back with a deep knife, died about a minute after stabbing. Oh, it's a very simple autopsy report. No time of death, no anything really. Why are you so sure Ben didn't just find the body? 2 reasons. 1, he's got motive. They'd been dating, and the victim had just ended things. Before you ask, Cass, I was absolutely over it. You better have been. And the second reason, Detective. That's simple. Venom was the only one seen going to the back rooms that night. You've got 15 casino employees who can back up the witness on that, sir. That's not ideal. I was only following Misty. Someone must have been waiting back there. So, you see the truth now, Judge. It certainly doesn't appear that there are any other suspects in this crime, I'm afraid. Indeed, every fact of the case has been laid bare. I think you'll agree that a verdict is appropriate. Yes, you're quite right. I believe you've all heard enough. You're kidding, Your Honor. It's been like 2 minutes. And you haven't even given my opening statement yet. Your opening statement, Miss Bloom? I thought only cross prosecutors gave those. In civil court, we, they do, Your Honor. I think the lady disrespects this court to the point of failing to learn the rules. Pathetic. Screw you too, old man. Okay, so no opening statement. What should we do, Ben? Hey, I'm not the lawyer here. You give up, of course. There is no way to win. Isn't this when you say... objection? Oh, yeah, right. He's trying to catch me off guard. He knows I'm new at this. You're not getting to be Von Karma. Snap. Judge! Yes? Oh, what is it, Mr. Von Karma? It appears our novice attorney is worse off than I thought. I hardly see the sport in defeating an opponent too weak to even put up a fight. Damn you. Screw this. I'm gonna kill the old geese. Detective Faith. Yes, sir. I'm feeling charitable. Enough so, perhaps, to look past the time we've wasted here today. You did perform an investigation of the crime scene, no? That we did, sir. Took statements and everything. And testify about the result of your investigation. There is no time to waste. Testimony, cross-examination. That jerk's messing with me. He thinks he's got this case in the bag. Get into this thing at any time, but he's trying to show off. There's only one way we'll ever have a chance of getting out of this. Turning things around. While he thinks he's already won. We've waited long enough, Detective Faith. Tell us the results of your investigation and why Mr. Bloom must be Miss Wolf's killer. Yes, sir. Official testimony, Ben. This is our chance. Excuse me if I'm not exactly jumping out of my seat here. Yeah. We're getting testimony. Oh boy, the investigation. Oh, this is different. That night, we responded to the call and looked and followed the witness to the casino's back room. We found Miss Wolf's corpse in there. Mr. Bloom had already run away from the scene. Oh, that's a really pretty diagram. As you can see, there's only one entrance to the back room. Here's where we found the victim, on the floor by the slot machines. I'm guessing that's the entrance at the top. According to quite a few casino work, Mr. Bloom's the only one who entered the back room. Therefore, who else could have killed Miss Wolf? Nobody, that's who. It was a perfectly timed ending. I see. It does seem to make sense. We'll accept the diagram of the crime scene into evidence. That is a really cool diagram. It's a little poker table. Looks like a bar. Some smaller tables. Slot machines in the back. Okay, now what? Didn't sound like we learned anything new from that. Wait, is this where I'm supposed to cross-examine? You ready for this, Cass? It's not going to be easy. As long as I can bluff for long enough that he doesn't end it. Might just pull through. The defense may now begin their cross-examination. It's been a while. If I'm remembering this right, I've got two options here. I can press his statement to ask questions and gain more information. Or I can present evidence if it shows a problem with what he's saying. Atta girl, you got this. Investigation. Before we do that, though, let's look through our evidence. Attorney's badge. This shiny little thing is the reason I can stand in court. Years of hard work for a button. Always interesting reading these. Very telling of personality based on this alone. Not gonna lie. Poker chip. A black poker chip. Ben might have dropped it? Question mark. Seems to be a red smudge on one side. Curious. Where'd you get that, Ben? Victim Wolf, stabbed one time in the back with a deep knife. Died around a minute after stabbing. That's curious. It makes me think that we didn't get all the information with this. Crime scene diagram. Victim's body found next to slot machines. Only one entrance. Is that the entrance up top here? Right here. Slot machines down here. That's actually going a long way. Here's our girl. That's me, rookie civil attorney. I like her so far. It's cool. My cousin asked me to represent him in court. Ben Von Karma. Very nice Von Karma so far. And Buddy. Victim, singer, Ben's ex-girlfriend. Detective in charge of investigating this case. Yep. Very simple, straightforward so far, but interesting. Carrying on. When was this, approximately? Well, your cousin's shift had just started, so the call came at about 8 o'clock or so. Apparently, he went toward the back room as soon as he got there. Yep. I saw Misty go that way, so I followed right away. Probably wasn't the best thing to do while on the job as a waiter, though. Yeah, you think? So about this witness. When will we hear from her? Ah! No need. Patience, attorney. You mustn't trouble the young lady without a good reason. Jeez. Like a murder accusation isn't reason enough. What did you see when you arrived at the scene, detective? We found Miss Wolf's corpse in there. Mr. Bloom had already run away from the scene. If that's the case, how do you know he was there at all? Perhaps you doubt the witness who saw your cousin by the body. Understandable. But you cannot doubt the crowd of casino employees who saw him exiting the room. Indeed, that does seem difficult to contest. Fact is, lady, he was in the room at the time. No denying that. Only because I found her dead. We need solid proof, Ben. Right now we got nothing. Yeah, Ben, thanks. As you can see, there's only one entrance to the back room. This entrance is being watched the entire time? Well, there were plenty of casino employees standing around in the hallway. They said they noticed Mr. Bloom go inside just after a shift had started at 8. And the witness is the one that went into the room after him? That's right, Miss Bloom. She saw the defendant standing near the victim's body. What? Ooh, that's a hint. Here's where we found the victim, on the floor by the slot machines. That seems questionable. But is that Von Karma's trap? Do you have any idea what Miss Wolf was doing there? Well, you may know this, but she worked at the casino. According to the court record, the victim was a singer. Apparently she was the regular performer in the casino's lounge. She had an employment contract with them, at least. As for why she went to the back room that night, we couldn't figure it out. Huh. According to quite a few casino workers, Mr. Bloom's the only one who went to the back room. Mind telling me exactly where these workers were? Let's take a look at the diagram real quick. Ooh. See, the exit leads out in the upper right? Yeah? That black square is the end of a hallway. Workers are about halfway down it. Okay. So nobody could have entered the room without getting noticed. Oh. Who else could have killed Miss Wolf? Nobody, that's who. What are you thinking about, Von Karma? You don't think your witness is even a little suspicious? The witness, if you must know, did not have an opportunity to kill the victim. Unless you hope to claim the victim was still alive when the defendant left the scene. Unfortunately, I found Misty dead as soon as I followed her into the room. Damn it. That smells of a fake Misty leading you into the room. Keep your cool, Cassie. You know what to do. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that pose. Don't forget you can present people's profiles as well as evidence. I'm sorry to put you through this, Cass. I know you haven't done this stuff in a while. If this testimony stands, it's over for me. I'm not letting that happen, Ben. Besides, I've got my own reasons to wipe that smirk off of Von Karma's face. Oh, shit. My bad. Now... they can present people's profiles as well as evidence. But I honestly don't know if I actually need to present a profile here or not. Well, I guess we'll start the attempt with this. Wait. No one entered the back room. What's the key? I want to see this again. Entrance being locked. Gonna play in the hallway. Go inside if the shift will start at 8. Oh, defendant standing with the victim's body. On into the back room. I don't know why she was there. That's interesting. This is kind of dumb, but what if we present Misty Wolf here? Yeah. The victim. Who saw the victim enter? Wait a minute. Did I just do it? I just find a problem with Von Karma's perfect case? Cass, everyone's staring at you. Miss Bloom, don't leave us in suspense. You just raised an objection. And the court would like to know what it is. Gather your thoughts, Cassie. You've been practicing your whole life for this. Detective Faith. Yes, ma'am. Clarify something for me, if you would. Those casino employees had a full view of the back room since 8 o'clock, correct? Yep. My client was the only person they saw enter the room the entire time? Yep. Wait. That's the case. Here, tell me how the victim got in there. Ooh! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking Trump. Yeah! What? Yeah, girl. What? Ben saw Mr. Wolf, Ms. Wolf heading for the back room and followed her. It only makes sense that the employees should have seen her as well. If your testimony is the truth, Detective, they saw nothing of the sort. Explain this. Fucking love this. Yeah. Great job, Cass. Bah, your client is simply unreliable. Tell me, Mr. Bloom, do you claim to have followed Miss Wolf the entire way? Well, truthfully, no. I lost sight of her as she was going toward the hallway. Ample time for Miss Wolf to double back and take a different route. Fortunately, Mr. Von Karma, that doesn't clear up the contradiction. What route the victim took to reach the hallway is irrelevant because there's only one entrance. Like the Faith said in his testimony just a second ago. The diagram shows it clear as day. The back room has only one entrance. And if the casino employees are telling the truth, and Miss Wolf really never went through it, then it is impossible for my client to have seen her before the murder. Wait, that's not what I meant. You're telling us that your client is a liar, Miss Bloom? You were doing great for a second there, Cass. Wait, hang on. I meant that the witness might be unreliable. Unfortunately for you, attorney, the victim's body was found in the back room. That much is a fact. Which means it is your client who is misleading you. What? What are you talking about? Explain yourself, Mr. Von Karma. Hey, look, I don't know about all this. Did I ask you to speak, Detective? My argument is very simple, as you so eagerly proved. The defendant is lying about seeing the victim just before he murdered her. In truth, Miss Wolf must have been inside the back room before the 8 o'clock shift began. That's crazy! I mean, what could she have possibly been doing in there? Waggle waggle. Learn to respect your elders, young lady, and your betters. My argument will become very clear if you simply take a look at these papers. What are these, Mr. Von Karma? A pair of employment records from the Lucky Stars Casino. Let's see here. Misty Wolf Singer was dated about a year ago. That's right, Your Honor. Victim was under contract as a lounge singer there for a year. And the other, Benjamin Bloom, waiter. This one's dated only 2 weeks ago. So what? Is that supposed to prove something? Mr. Bloom had just gotten a job working at the very same venue as the woman who had recently ended her relationship with him. The prosecution claims Mr. Bloom was stalking her with the intent to murder. The victim was never seen entering the back room that would become her tomb, because she was already waiting there, hiding from her future killer. Wow. That's kind of harsh. Damn it! Order in the court. Ben, why didn't you tell me about this? Look, I honestly didn't even think about it. Misty and I had talked about me getting a casino job. It's not my fault my application only went through after we broke up. This whole cross-examination. Did Von Karma set this up on purpose? He didn't just discredit Ben's testimony, he made me do it. Now the judge thinks Ben's a stalker as well as a killer. I thought he was showing off, but he knew from the start that I never had a chance. Cassie, listen to me. You have to keep going, okay? I know, damn it! I don't need your help, Ben. I just need you to shut up and let me handle this. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Oh no. My girl is losing her cool. I knew this was a waste of time. I never should have bothered. It feels just like Dad said it would. Maybe it's over before it could even start. As soon as you're sure you've changed everything, it turns out to be nothing. Can I get it now, what he said? Why even bother to try? Game over. Once again, I must admit that my mind has been made up. More so this time. Mr. Benjamin Bloom, I can no longer doubt that you are Ms. Wolf's killer. A simple conclusion, Judge, and yet such a difficult one to reach. At last this reprehensible criminal shall be made to face justice for his crime. I guess this is it, huh? Can't say it's been fun. You have to listen to me. I'm not a killer. I wish I could believe you, Mr. Bloom, I really do. The charge of murdering Misty Wolf. Find the defendant, Benjamin Bloom. Damn it! Better than this! You did it once, you can do it again. You're Cassie Bloom! Cassie goddamn Bloom! Fuck yeah, that's right! Those idiots don't know you better than you know yourself.
Objection!
You're Cassie goddamn Bloom. Hold on just 1 second, Your Honor. Oh, yeah. Miss Bloom? What do you want? You know I'm a rookie. You know I'm not supposed to know what I'm doing. Bah! What are you jabbing about now? I may not be a criminal lawyer, but I'm still a lawyer, damn it! I know that this isn't how things are supposed to go. What are you talking about? Detective Faith just testified about the results of the police investigation, right? And what's your point? How is that relevant? Because you followed up with a new theory based on new evidence. That changes Detective Faith's testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine it. Yeah! Did I do that? Sorry. What? Sorry doesn't cut it, jerk. Mr. Von Karma just claimed that the victim entered the back room to hide from Mr. Bloom. This is correct. And I see no reason to continue the questioning. Am I to understand that you have a problem with this theory, defense? You bet I do. I think. The attorney is grasping at straws. It is time to put your money where your mouth is, Miss Bloom. Please tell me you know what you're doing, Cass. I know about 40% of what I'm doing. The victim, seeking to avoid being found by the defendant, made her way to the crime scene. Just before the 8 o'clock shift began and the employees began watching the hallway. If you have an issue with this defense, speak up. Do I have an issue with it? No, I have to have one. I don't have a choice anymore. Your Honor, the prosecution's theory doesn't make sense. Victim, Miss Wolf, couldn't have been hiding from my client because she... couldn't have seen him because... Okay, our choices are she couldn't have been there, she couldn't have seen him, and she wouldn't do that. I'm gonna say she couldn't have seen him because his shift started at 8. Well, it's actually pretty simple. She, couldn't have seen him. Explain yourself. What is there to explain? She's barely stalling. That's not true. Let's go over your timeline of events, shall we? The defendant arrived at the casino around 8 o'clock when his shift began. At the same time, the casino employees were gathering in the hallway leading to the back room. That's right. But according to Mr. Von Karma, the victim was already in hiding before this occurred. Whoa, whoa. How would she have known that Wow, that was awesome, Miss Bloom. Mr. Von Karma, it's quite true that the victim couldn't have seen the defendant. you still have an explanation as to why she could have been hiding in the back room? I got him. No way he can have an explanation. He did, in fact, have an explanation. Was that the extent of your objection? I expected something a little more substantial. Ah, okay. Now we're back into it. Disappointed, but not surprised. Ordinarily, I bemoan the ineptitude of our police department. But I suppose it isn't Detective Faith's fault for missing this detail. Thanks? Oh, it's the little eye waggle in the animation. I do not dispute that it would have been impossible for the victim to have seen the defendant. However, it would also have been unnecessary. It would be the casino's employee schedule, which is public to all who work there. This particular page is for the 8 o'clock shift on the night of the murder. Boom, waiter. Serving burgers, waiter. Sylvie platter, waitress. Markdown, ace of spade. As you can see, the defendant's name is listed at the top of the page. It's likely that the victim noticed this and, seeking to avoid seeing Mr. Bloom, went to hide. Evidence? Evidence? Evidence, please? However, because the casino only has one unused back room, it would have been simple for the defendant to deduce Miss Wolf's hiding place. Golden voice singer. That's what it was. Roulette gamble dealer. Regardless, what I said still stands. This new theory changes Detective Faith's testimony. I should be allowed to continue the cross-examination. You do have new evidence now. How should we proceed, Mr. Karma? Did you not hear the attorney? Return to your testimony, detectives. Right away, sir. Back to testimony? Back to testimony. Okay. Back to the testimony it is. Same testimony? Mr. Karma has raised the compelling theory that the victim was hiding with the defendant, because she had the employee schedule. Miss Wolf was aware Mr. Bloom would be arriving. Please amend your testimony to reflect this, detective. I can't believe it, Cass. You came back from that. Shut up, you. You're goddamn lucky I'm on your side. You're goddamn lucky your family. Sorry. Aw, shit. Someone already went away. One entrance. Oh, she knew when Mr. Bloom was going to arrive and went to hide. I'm sorry to put you through this, Cass. You know, you've done this stuff in a while. Let this testimony stand. It's over for me. I'm not letting that happen, Ben. So I've got my own reason to wipe the smirk off Von Karma's face. Ooh, this is the second statement that was just added. Which for us, it's a pretty solid theory. To apply some pressure, then maybe. So, Miss Wolf went to hide in the back room to avoid being seen by my client. If she thought her life might be in danger, why didn't she just leave? Well, Detective Faith? I was asking you! Yeah. There's only one employee entrance. If she left, she'd bump into him for sure. Your own client claims to have discovered the body. Whether she could have left is irrelevant. Might be a good idea to go over the timeline one more time. What time should I ask about? Well, let's ask about before 8 o'clock. Detective, tell me about what you think happened before the 8 o'clock shift started. Sure thing. Miss Wolf was singing earlier that evening and was planning to go home later. She'd probably seen the schedule and didn't want any trouble with Mr. Bloom, so before leaving, decided she'd wait in the back room until he was busy waiting tables. Sound about right? Good enough. So So she had plenty of time to, say, find a good hiding spot then. Something tells me this isn't quite good enough for our attorney, though. You don't believe the victim had time to adequately hide her self-defense? Do I have proof that Miss Wolf didn't have time to find a good place to hide? I'm going to say no and come back to this later. I have no issues for now, Your Honor. Continue with your testimony, Detective. Very well then, moving on. Disappointing, but not unexpected. Shut up, you. You understood was gonna arrive. What the hell? Okay, I'm low-key digging this cross-examination theme. Okay, this is the first statement. This is the first new added statement. Let's see what I can dig up here. So you're saying the victim was hiding prior to my client entering the casino. She'd noticed his name in the schedule and was worried about him seeing her. Yep, that's right. According to Prosecutor Von Karma, at least. You doubting him? Good man. You will keep your opinions to yourself, Detective. As for you, Attorney, perhaps I can guess what you're thinking. Hadn't they already been working together for 2 weeks? I've been wondering about that, actually. She hadn't been scheduled to sing there since I started as a waiter. I've been hoping to talk to her that night. You see? Hey, Ben. Ever think about keeping your mouth shut once in a while? Thanks, Ben. Okay, so... I really like that pose. It's a thinking pose. Let's get you. Okay. Let's ask about after 8 o'clock. Did you reckon over what you claim happened after the 8 o'clock shift started? Will do. The employees say they arrived and gathered in the hall at 8 on the dot. In a few minutes, they saw the defendant pass by and head to the back room. It's empty and not being used. Before long, the witness decided to follow him inside. And then... I believe we're all aware of what occurred next. Maybe I can prove that the employees might be unreliable? Defense. Do you have any evidence that shows a problem with what the employees saw? This whole section seems fishy. I may not have any solid proof yet. Evidence that the employee's testimony is unreliable. So it looks like our 2 new choices of progressing... This is an interesting dilemma. Don't have any evidence at the moment, Your Honor. Please continue with your testimony, Detective. Very well, then. Moving on. Perhaps next time you'll find some reasonable objection, although it's unlikely.
Objection!
Thanks, Ben. Okay, so that was the hint, the first hint that we just passed over. Unless we use the diagram as far as where the victim was found to... as evidence that she didn't have enough time to find a hiding place. It's not really foolproof. Let's present. I'm prepared to present evidence, Your Honor. You are? That. The thing can't be proven. You have to trust me on this one, Ben. You need to show that it's unlikely she had time to find a place to hide. I think I've got a piece of evidence that does the job. Let's present the diagram, and that'll do it. I'd like the court to take a look at this. This is the diagram of the crime scene. What do you hope to prove with this? I'll get to that. Let's take a closer look. According to your theory, Mr. Von Karma, the victim entered the room before 8 o'clock. However, her body was found here. It's around the corner of the room. I would hardly call it a hiding place, would you? Well, why? She's right out in the open. Unless she had a hiding place and she tried to run, as though that's proof. Perhaps the defendant simply entered unexpectedly. That explanation won't fly. According to you, she had plenty of time to hide herself. There's no reason the victim would be right there if she'd been in hiding the whole time. Is that so? Perhaps she sat out in the open. The same reason your client chose to kill her in the casino. What reason is that? Simply because there is no better alternative. Is hiding behind a closed door not quite enough? I'm afraid Mr. Von Karma is right, defense. If there was no other place to hide, the victim's location, while odd, seems to be irrelevant to the case. If I told you that there was a better hiding place? A very simple one, in fact. Oh man, this is gonna be so cool. Well, not if you hype it up like that. All I mean is that she would more likely have hidden a different place than she was found. Please show the court what you mean, defense. Where would be a more likely place for the victim to hide? Well, we have the, could go behind the bar. It seems to be the right... You mean the bar? Naturally. The most effective hiding place that back room's got. Not only would it block her from the view of anyone entering the back room, if her killer attempted to go around one side, she could simply run around the other. Not to mention if they tried to go around the corner, she could sneak out behind them. So why isn't that where she was? Oh, this is different music. Well, Mr. Von Karma, who can say what was running through the victim's mind? He was hiding from a murderer. She had no time to think rationally. We've long since established that the victim had plenty of time to find a good hiding place. Had she been planning to hide, it's highly unlikely she'd have been anywhere other than the bar. This is cool! You think it unlikely? I propose a different possibility then. The victim did hide by the bar, and yet still she was murdered. The defendant simply carried her corpse over afterwards. And just why would he do that? No one can be sure. However, it is the most likely possibility, no? Damn, I'd like to rip that smirk off his stupid face. Indeed, it is odd that the victim was found out in the center of the room. The defendant could have easily moved the body, no? Proof that he couldn't have moved the victim. Is there any? Detective Faith, I've got a question for you. Ben, what are you doing? Giving you a hand, of course. What's up, Mr. Bloom? How long did the witness tell you she waited before she followed me into the room? I was only looking around for about a minute before I noticed the body. Yeah, I think that was it. About a minute or two. A minute? Hang on. That's the case, the situation changes. What do you mean? Mr. Von Karma, your idea that the victim's body was moved after the death no longer holds water. You embarrass yourself, attorney. possibly have of this? I've got my proof right here. Hell yeah, Cassie.